now the solution is let's start tearing down the forests and to build more housing.
Legislation introduced by Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee would mandate land sales in 11 states, including Oregon and Washington.
I think that public lands are set aside to be our national treasures, and I don't think that that should be in a budget bill.
So here's what's going on, folks. Senator Mike Lee of Utah and a few other quietly powerful men in suits are pushing a bill to sell off millions of acres of public land. They're calling it a housing solution, but we're calling it what it is, a land grab.
Senate Republicans are resurrecting a plan to sell millions of acres of federal land as part of President Trump's giant tax and spending bill, setting up a fight within the party. The proposal will require the Bureau of Land Management and U.S. Forest Service to identify and sell between 2.2 million and 3.3 million acres of public land across 11 western states to build housing.
This potentially has the same problem, but affecting wildlife migration corridors, wildlife winter ranges, because they start making it private housing developments. Oh my gosh.
We're talking about 2 to 3.3 million acres of public land across 11 western states, to be sold at fair market value to, guess who? Literally anyone who has the money, which is not me, and nor most Americans. And this land is not like low-income housing in some vacant city. It's deer migration corridors, BLM lands, Forest Service lands, places you and I actually use.
It could be land development, it could be golf courses, a plethora of things, maybe affordable housing. But if you look at some of this property, I don't think that you're going to get affordable housing in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They're not going to sell off that pretty chunk of public land to build condos.
Yeah, no. They're building ski resorts and golf courses. Yeah, essentially private playgrounds for people with yachts named after their fourth wife.
If you could wrap this up in terms of what Mike Lee's trying to do, it seems like so many people are against it. So why do you think why is he still sticking with this idea? I mean,
it's purely ideological. It comes across as borderline religious with him, that this has been his ideology since he's been involved in public service. And there's the old saying that pigs get fat, but hogs get slaughtered. And in this case, rather than sit down and compromise and work to solve a problem, Mike Lee's proposal is a full-on land rush. I'm going to be here, I'm going to get everything I can, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to put a stick in your eye.
Mike Lee says he's a conservative, a constitutional guy, a protector of freedom. But if you're selling off the very land Teddy Roosevelt fought to protect, you're a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now, God bless the internet. People let him have it. Here's what the American people actually think. No one except you and BlackRock wants this. I don't think you understand how much the American people will hate you for this. This won't benefit me. It's going to benefit you and your donors and the hedge fund managers like Vanguard and BlackRock. They are the reason we have a housing shortage. It doesn't benefit any American apart from your private equity companies and foreign interests. Do you think BlackRock is going to let a blue-collar father like me hike with his son? No, I think not. There is no benefit to selling land. Our government would spend the money in 45 minutes and not make a dent in any of the problems. Federal land does benefit Americans, Mike. We hunt and fish and hike and revel in the sacred wilderness left to us as our heritage. When it's sold and BlackRock owns it and no one can ever own a home because of that, does that benefit Americans, Mike? Federal land does benefit Americans, just not in the way you can profit from. This is insanely unpopular, yet you continue to beat the drum. The only logical explanation is that it's extremely lucrative for you and the people backing you. This proposal is an absolute lie. It is a bait and switch. You promise affordable housing, but in reality, you just want to give this land away to Wall Street so they can develop it and sell homes to middle-class families for unfair prices. You're selling it for pennies as a favor to your donors. You don't care about the debt. What a scumbag you are. How is selling it to private companies going to benefit Americans? Oh, it won't. Just you and some developers. Again, it's not federal land. It is our land. The federal government is the custodian. You just want to steal it and sell it to your developer buddies so only they have access to it. You're not even replying to anyone here. How many times do we have to tell you we're not interested in selling off public land? We're not talking left versus right. We're talking us versus sellouts. And the wolves, they're not in the woods anymore. They're wearing suits and holding real estate contracts. It's disgusting.
Well, if pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered, it's our job to make sure Mike Lee's proposal is the hog that gets slaughtered. And right now, we're making a lot of progress towards that. His idea is really close to getting in the slaughterhouse. And you, our listeners, all the people who love public lands, it's our job to slaughter that idea that Mike Lee has put out there.
What we have in the form of public lands exists almost nowhere else in the world. It's one of the greatest inheritances that American citizens receive upon birth in this country. It matters.
I don't know if people realize how lucky you guys are to have public land places like this, that you can come with your friends, do whatever you want for such a little price and have so much wilderness to live adventures right around the corner. I don't know if the hunters here appreciate that, but we don't have that. There is nothing similar to public land hunting anywhere else in the world. So you guys are super lucky.
We're not just fighting for land. We're fighting for something uniquely American, something wild, sacred, shared. And we're damn lucky to have it.
We are blessed. Our hunting opportunities are pretty phenomenal. Like, you just went, bought a tag, met me at the house. We drove out, and we were hunting bears in epic places. And this is just, we could go anywhere we want.
You can, there is so much area. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to spend as much time as you want. I don't know. That's amazing. The thing is that these hunts are so wild and also so authentic. I don't know, we really work hard for this bear. So
it's an adventure. It is.
Honestly,
yeah.
I really enjoyed. Thanks a lot.
Preserving nature, preserving our land, preserving land to hunt and fish and just to exist, just to have it, even if you're not using it for anything. That really matters, and it's not a small thing. And the idea of leveling so much of that land to build housing is grotesque to me.
You want to stop this? Good. So here's how we kill this bill before it kills your access to the wild. We need to keep the pressure on. Senators like Steve Daines and Congressman Ryan Zinke are fighting this, but they need our backup. Even if you don't live in Utah or Idaho, your voice still matters. Contact your senator, call your rep, tell them public lands are not for sale.
Keep on them, folks. We have our foot on their throat. Do not let them get any air at this point. If anyone's asking, well, what can I do? I don't live in one of those places. What you can do is continue to flood the senators. Be persistent, be professional, because every naysayer told us we were crazy. They told us, oh, you're making something out of nothing. The wolf's not at the door. The wolf is at the door. And in the last week, people showed up and said, we're going to run that wolf off. And everybody in D.C. thought that we were BSing them about how much blowback was going to come on all sides, from all places, when it comes to public lands. And now they're like, holy shit, we'll keep it up. Don't take we have our foot on the throat right now. Do not take your foot off the throat.
Mike Lee wants a land rush. Let's give him a stampede of pissed off, informed, wilderness-loving Americans who won't let this happen.
Be professional, be persistent, get every hunting friend, every camping friend, hiking friend you have, and I don't care where you live, contact your senators, because the last thing those senators want is for Mike Lee to slow down and ruin the big, beautiful bill. Keep on them, folks. We have our foot on their throat. Do not let them get any air at this point.